Hey guys, Joe Galbo here with liveanabolic.com, and in this video I'm going to show you 5 different ways you can use intermittent fasting to boost your testosterone levels, okay? And I'm also going to show you how this single cup of coffee, when you add it to intermittent fasting, will help skyrocket your testosterone levels, and I'll get to that in just 1 second. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with tip number 1 of how you can use intermittent fasting to increase your testosterone levels. So the first way is through hormonal balance, which happens while you're fasting. See, most people think that the more you eat, if you're eating these testosterone boosting foods, that if you eat more of those and you eat them plenty throughout the day, that you're going to increase your testosterone levels. However, this couldn't be any further from the truth. See, the actual truth is anytime you eat a meal, your testosterone levels lower because your other hormones are spiking in that process. So you have your insulin that's spiking, you even have a little bit of cortisol that's spiking, and your testosterone levels are actually dropping. So you want to make sure that you're limiting this amount of drop with your testosterone levels when you're eating, okay, or throughout the day. So how are you going to do that? You're going to fast. So you're going to eat less. So I recommend fasting for at least 16 hours a day. And here's how you're going to do this. You spend 8 hours a night asleep. Of course, you're not eating. And then when you wake up, you fast for the first 8 hours of the day. That way, you're not consuming any food, which is going to actually send your testosterone levels on the downward decline. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are fasting for 16 hours to get that good hormonal balance to keep your testosterone levels high and healthy. So another way that intermittent fasting can help with increasing your testosterone levels is through calorie restriction. Okay, so calorie restriction, of course, is going to help eliminate belly fat. It's going to help eliminate any other body fat that you may have in some of those trouble areas. And one fun fact that's not so fun if you have it about belly fat is that it holds a lot of estrogen, and a lot of estrogen is produced in the belly and other areas where you hold on to body fat. Okay, now the bad news about that, especially if you have belly fat, is that your testosterone is produced in your family jewel region, yet in your gut you have estrogen being produced, okay, which is right by your testosterone factory, so to speak. So what happens is you end up producing less testosterone because you have all of this estrogen, this female hormone that's being produced in your body right by your testosterone producing center, if you will. So you want to make sure that when you are using intermittent fasting, take advantage of using it for a caloric restriction. That way you can continue burning off belly fat, and you can get down to those lower body fat levels, not too low, but low enough where you're optimizing your testosterone levels. So around the 10 to 12 body fat percentage is fantastic for guys like you and me. Now, I'm just about to get to this coffee here and how you can use this cup of coffee to actually help increase your testosterone levels even more with intermittent fasting. Yet I'm going to go ahead, before I do that, I'm going to move on to another tip for you. The other tip here is using abdominal circuits. Okay, so we just went ahead and we spoke about how belly fat, how that's an estrogen producing machine here. Okay, if you have a lot of belly fat. Well, new research shows that when you combine being in a fasted state with exercise that sends blood flow to that region, it actually does target the body fat in that area. Now, I will say this. For years and years and years, people said that you were not able to target belly fat. And I'm not saying that You can't, that fat isn't going to burn off of other parts of your body, and it's only going to be centralized in this one area. However, what I am saying is when you perform abdominal circuits that get all that blood flow to those muscles and to that region, when you're in a fasted state, you're going to increase fat burning in that area more so than if you were to eat some food and then perform an abdominal circuit. Okay, so I want to encourage you to start doing abdominal circuits first thing in the morning when you're in a fasted state, just for about 5 minutes. And we actually have some on this YouTube channel, so I recommend going and checking out some of our videos that I have done and Gary have done, which help target the abs and the love handles. So the next thing, before I get to my cup of coffee here, is hydration. Okay, so being well hydrated, of course, your body is made up of 60% water. So it's the #1 nutrient that we need, okay, apart from the micronutrients. So we want to be filling our bodies with water. And studies actually show that men who are in a dehydrated state actually experience a drop in testosterone levels. And sure, it's not something massive, it's not something, super concerning. However, getting fluid into your system regularly will help keep those testosterone levels optimal. So the thing that I love about fasting is one of the methods to curb hunger is to drink more water. Okay, and you want to make sure that you're not putting lemon in it or anything that has calories. You want to make sure that you're, not doing any of those calorie drinks or whatnot when you're fasting. You just want to have good old water. Okay, so that way you can hydrate your system. So there's 4 ways that you can use intermittent fasting to boost your testosterone levels, but let's talk about the 5th way, which is adding just a cup of coffee or 2 cups of coffee to your morning routine. So for one thing, I love coffee because it gives me an energy kick. Another thing that I love is it helps curb my appetite. So while you are fasting, you may get a sense of hunger at some point. If you do, I recommend having a cup of coffee. Not only is coffee great at suppressing that appetite, but it's also been shown to increase testosterone levels 20% around 30 minutes after your cup of coffee here. So this is actually even a great pre-workout if you do train in a fasted state. So when you do add a cup of coffee, it does help increase those testosterone levels slightly, okay? Is it an all-day 20% boost? No, it's not going to be, but for the time being, it will help elevate those testosterone levels. Just be warned, because if you have too much coffee, this is where it gets tricky. If you have too much coffee, if you're having 5, 6, 7, 8 cups of coffee a day, this actually lowers your testosterone levels because it increases your cortisol. Okay, your cortisol is your anti-testosterone hormone. It's like testosterone's kryptonite. Okay, so you want to be sure that you're not having too much coffee. Okay, you've probably heard the saying, too much of a good thing turns into a bad thing. Well, that certainly is the case with coffee. So anyway, there you have it, you guys. 5 different ways you can use intermittent fasting to help increase your testosterone levels naturally. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Live Anabolic YouTube channel, because we're going to be pumping out videos like crazy, and I want to make sure that you don't miss a single one. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Joel Galbo here with liveanabolic.com, and I'll see you in the next video.